Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So in this video, we are going to really be looking at Raccoon. If you haven't seen my previous video, he is my first 6-star champion, and I'm very happy to have him because he hits pretty hard. Now, granted, he's not the best and he's not the largest damage dealer, and I have champions that do more damage and have more utility, but he is still a lot of fun to play. So first we took him into the Modoc's lab, and I don't use him for every single fight, but I tried to use him for, you know, a number of them just to sort of showcase what he could do. And really it's all about that grenade. When he throws that grenade, that rocket grenade or whatever, I just love it. That thing does so much damage, and it also has a bleed and an armor break. It's just a lot of fun. Alright, so you can see here I pretty much took out Killmonger, or Killmonger. I don't know why I say Killmonger, like there's an A in there somewhere. The next fight is against Gladiator Hulk, and as you can see there was an all or nothing, and I said no thank you. And so I re-rolled. I'm not about to try to make this more difficult for myself. I don't know why I would do that. But anyway, the buffs look good, and I decided to bring in Starkey because Starkey is fun to play, and he does pretty good against Gladiator Hulk. Granted, he does pretty good against quite a few, but I have a lot of fun playing with him, and I don't have any trouble fighting Gladiator Hulk now that I'm a little bit more familiar with his animations, and I've had to fight him several times. So it's pretty much straightforward, as you can see. Parry and attack and take him down. Starkey just does a lot of damage, so it's over pretty quickly. Alright, so next up we've got She-Hulk, and She-Hulk also is very easy to fight. And look at that. You guys see that life transfer? When I saw that life transfer, I almost didn't care what else was there. So I decided to bring in, of course, Raccoon to heal him up a little bit. Boom. 1 hit, and he was almost up to full. 2 hits, and he's back up to full. I love life transfer. And you can see her health just melting away. I'm sorry, I said She-Hulk, but I meant Gamora. You know, hey, they're both green. Anyway, down goes Gamora. Pretty easy. Rocket does do quite a bit of damage. Alright, so next up we're fighting Psylocke. And Psylocke is also not that bad to fight. On occasion, I have found myself getting caught if I time it just a little bit, just mistime it a little bit. Her heavy can clip me even if I evade back a couple of times, and I don't know why, but you'll see here, you see that is how you evade it, but sometimes that's not enough, and it's probably because I'm either too far away or I'm too close. And when I try to evade when I'm really close, you have to really be careful, because if you evade twice, you might end up still getting hit with it. Alright, so boom! She used to have a nice little chunk of health left. Did you guys see how much health that took? Alright. So now we are fighting Immortal Iron Fist. And of course, Immortal Iron Fist, I don't remember exactly what the difference is between him and the regular Iron Fist. As far as fighting them goes, they're identical. I don't see any difference fighting either one of them. They have the same moves. I think one has a little better stats. Probably Immortal Iron Fist has a few better stats. I'm not sure. Never really looked into it. But I brought out Archangel just because he was clamoring for attention. I hadn't used him for this entire run here, and I could have used Raccoon, but I said no, let me just go ahead and use Archangel, get this over with pretty quickly. and down goes Immortal Iron Fist. Them bleeds, that poison, ugly. Alright, so now we have the final fight. And I went in here for some fun. Now, I want you guys to look at the boosts that are on here. See that poison and degeneration. Okay, so I already know that I should re-roll it, but I've got a bunch of champions and I'm like, you know what? Let me go in with Rocket Raccoon. Let me see what he can do. How much health he can take off before he succumbs to the poison and the degen. Alright, so I'm just pretty much going in. Already know what's going to happen, but I just want to see if I can get to that L2 and see how much damage that L2 does. So all we're doing is working through. You can see his health is going down, and you know I'm running suicides, so I already know that recoil damage is probably going to do me in. Alright, so we've got an armor break and everything, but as you can see, I didn't get a chance to do much else after that special 2. Alright, so that was just a little fun. I just wanted to see what he could do before he went down. And so I went back in, and of course I re-rolled it because there's no way I want to deal with poison and degen, and I don't have a poison immune champion. So I re-rolled it until I liked what I saw. Usually it only takes me about 1 re-roll, and I have some that are expiring in my stash even. And I decided to bring in Blade because he does very well. Now, I saw that unblockable, and it surprised me, and I wasn't sure where it came from. Apparently, I wasn't reading the nodes that well. But it surprised me, but thankfully, this Blade is awakened. Unfortunately, I do not have a 5-star, but this 4-star puts in the work. So, not too salty about not getting a 5-star Blade. Hopefully he will come from the basics. Alright, so the fight is about over, and we're going to end this video with a little testing for Rocket Raccoon. We're going to go into Realm of Legends, go against Winter Soldier, and I have 2 fights that are going to be side by side. One, I spam the special 2, the other one I spam the special 3 to see which one is more effective. So take a look at that right now. Alright, so in the upper left hand corner, as you can see, I spam nothing but the special 2 for Rocket, which in my opinion is much more fun. In the bottom right hand corner, I held my specials and only fired off my special 3. And as you can probably guess, that fight took much longer than just spamming the special 2. If for no other reason than you have to sit through the animation, which is a pretty long animation. Alright, so what I did was speed up those animations in the video, and I sped up the fight a little bit so that the 2 fights would end around the same time. You're welcome. But the SP2 spam, that fight took about 3 minutes and 40 seconds, while the special 3 spam fight took over 5 minutes. Alright, so pretty much I'll be spamming the special 2 if I want a quick fight. Now, one of the drawbacks, of course, to running suicides is the recoil damage. So, as you can see, spamming the special 2, while it resulted in a quicker fight, also took a large chunk out of my health. So that's something to also be aware of. If you're running suicides, you might want to do the special 3 spam, even though the fights are longer, because you'll save your health. Alright, so all in all, I'm actually pleased with pulling Rocket as a 6-star. Yeah, there were champions that I would have rather pulled. I don't really use Rocket all that much as his 5-star, but I now have Rocket as a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, and 6-star. And I don't remember if I have him as a 2-star, but I believe I do have him as a 2-star. There was an event where the Guardians of the Galaxy were in those crystals for 2 stars, and I think I got all of the Guardians of the Galaxy from there. So I have Rocket at every tier. But outside of Arena, I don't really use him, but I think I'll be using this rocket in general questing. It'll be nice to use him when AQ and AW are on, because usually my best champions are tied up. But since I got Starkey and Ghost Rider as 5 stars, once I get them leveled up, I'll be able to bring them in and have a pretty strong questing team. I have a pretty decent one already, but an even stronger questing team. Now, something you guys, I don't know how familiar you are with Rocket and how he works. This is not a video to detail his mechanics, but just speaking of trying to avoid as much health loss as possible, he has a mechanic where you can dash back and hold block, and it'll cycle through different types of shields. The first shield is energy resistance, the second shield is physical resistance, and the third shield is an emergency shield. Alright, so as you can see there, you can see how many hits it took roughly for both. That should give you a rough idea of the damage potential, and in my opinion, spamming the special 2 is the way to go to maximize your damage. If anybody has a different opinion there, let me know. Anyway, that's going to do it, guys. If you liked the video, please consider smashing that like button. It really helps me out. If you have not subscribed already, please consider giving me a subscription. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought about this video. And you guys have a blessed day.